Hello, hello, and welcome to the Beaker Show. We are jumping back in today with session number 100. Apologies that you get my default. What is that picture that they take for actors? My headshot.
Yeah.
You get my default headshot today. I was too lazy to fix my camera. It's in a position to do other stuff, like playing Magic and things like that. So,
Other stuff.
adventurers. More of a mugshot. Yeah, there you go. That works. Same concept. But yes, episode 100. That's pretty exciting that we were just talking about that with our crew here, which means we have a minimum of 400 hours in this campaign. Though we certainly have some more, given our earlier episodes were 8 hours or more. So, and plenty of one-shots and not streamed sessions and things like that. So, yeah, we're really getting up there, and we're also coming into kind of the last arc of our campaign as well. So, we're gonna jump in and we're gonna pick up with the town of Sinalise today. IRL, I think we've been playing for 2 years in October.
I think it was 2 years in August, actually.
Yeah, 2 years in August. So 2 years and 2 months, which is a pretty good feat. We've had a lot of people in and a lot of people out in that time, but we found a pretty consistent crew now, and we're gonna roll with it till next campaign, where maybe we'll get some new voices in here. Toddler Tales. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. But beyond that, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a recap. We'll get our players in here so everybody can hear and chat with us. And then we'll get started on whatever crazy shenanigans are going to happen today. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. Alright, so bringing everybody back into the fold here. Last session, we saw our adventurers arriving in the town of Sinalise, this city of trees where the inhabitants and the buildings are all built in the tops of very mighty, very tall trees. Our adventurers were on the hunt for another of these Tiamat aspects that have been set upon the world, each kind of wreaking their own havocs in their own ways. Upon reaching this city, they did identify a presumed aspect that seemed to be uniquely colored, more of a gem color than your traditional reds or blues or things like that. And it didn't seem to be attacking the town, though it did land somewhere within the trees and definitely seems to have some sort of presence here. We haven't quite figured out what's going on, though we do know that the current king of Sinalise, King Elro, is dead. We learned from a ghost tour guide that he has been digested about 4 days ago. But we also know that Princess Zella, whom our traveling companion Kreider from the last town is in love with, is still somewhere in the city, though the tour guide was unable to magically detect exactly where she was. So there's definitely something going on here, something interesting, something maybe corrupt or vile. But our adventurers, seeing that this town was still relatively peaceful, wasn't under attack, decided to take a new approach and visit and kind of see what they could learn just by assimilating into the town. So we spent most of last session walking through a couple of areas in the town. We found the Tree of Souls, which, as I explained earlier, is like Skype for dead people, where you can connect with previous ancestors, previous dead that were attached to this civilization. So presumably elves that were born and raised in these woods under this protection are connected in the afterlife. And it seems that they have a festival once a year where they call up a lot of these spirits and kind of celebrate, kind of in vain in real life, with like a Day of the Dead type of celebration here. in the forest. And that is happening just maybe half a day from now, from our current time with our adventurers. We saw some of the setup happening. We spoke to some of the gnomes that are preparing a fireworks show around the town. They're strapping in these interesting wands that seem to shoot off fireworks. We did a little investigation and found that they are indeed the wands of pyrotechnics that Benk gave to his father in order to copy and mass produce. Zoom, there you go. Yeah, and they are setting up these wands of pyrotechnics around the city in order to present this fireworks show for this festival. We also spoke to some of the other inhabitants here. Callie spent some time with an elvish couple, learning that they're kind of sheltered and have some very interesting ways that are very far different than those outside of the forest. Also learning that a lot of the elves here don't know what it's like outside of their forest. They assume it's a barren wasteland full of just terrors and tribulations, and definitely not what you guys have experienced, though again, that sheltered part comes into mind. But we moved on from there and learned that the town, with the king being dead and the princess being absent, is currently being run by a council of elders. So we decided to kind of track down and see if we could talk to some of these elders, maybe figure out a little bit more about what's going on. The closest of two were easily identifiable by two very large towers that sat on one side of the city. As our adventurers went to investigate, we found that these towers did in fact belong to two of the elders, Dom and Yiskul. They approached Dom's tower, found that it was locked, broke in, destroyed a crystal, then decided that they didn't want to do this quite yet, and they left. Walked next door to Yiskul's, and this time knocked, and this wizard appeared and spoke to them a little bit, kind of just welcoming them to the city, gave them a little more about the celebration and just kind of how the city worked. That was really about it. I think our adventurers felt a little suspicious behind him and that he was definitely hiding some things, but felt it better not to prod quite yet. Then leaving his tower and walking back towards Dom's, they were met by that elder who had exited his abode looking for whomever it was that had broken in and destroyed something while he was gone. Our characters put up a very good charade of convincing him that it wasn't them. Excuse me. Forgetting, however, that the barbarian that they were asking to lie for them does not have a very good persuasion. And he kind of became the fall guy. You all kind of pinned it on Kreider, trying to use that to appease Dom and maybe befriend him. You all took Kreider into custody, using my air quotes here, and ushered him into Dom's space. And as this elder elf began to question Kreider about what had happened, our friend Zanzadar told Kreider to tell the truth, and Kreider said that Zanzadar told him to smash the crystal, which pretty much made you all no longer innocent in his eyes, as Dom transformed into some sort of storm lightning elemental and began to try and take you all out for having broken and entered into his abode, at which point you guys did battle. It was an interesting combat where the central pillar of his home became a lightning rod and made moving up the tower quite complex as he fled to the upper floors. We had our fair share of mishaps as Zanzadar and Callie dimension doored 500 feet up, not realizing that the tower was maybe 100 feet tall, and had an interesting skydive back down. But nonetheless, you all eventually made it to the top floor and were able to dispatch this elemental. Upon ending the combat, you watched as it turned back into this elf-like creature and fell to the floor dead. So you guys began to inspect. You did find upon his head a silver tiara, which at first seemed to indicate that maybe he had been under the control of Kathat. It seemed very, very similar to those mind control tiaras, though upon taking it off and inspecting it closer, you realized it was a fake. It was not, in fact, a mind control tiara, which I think led to some more questions as to what exactly he was doing and why he had it on, and what that really meant for the elders. But that's all the interaction we've had so far, and that's where we ended our last session. So, to set the tone here, it is still kind of morning. You know that the celebration is going to start after nightfall here, later, much later in the evening, probably another 12 or 13 hours from now, giving you plenty of time to walk around, cover your tracks, maybe investigate some more of the city. But you find yourselves in the abode of Dom. You have made it to the top floor of his tower, which seems to be that the area where he lived. You see some tables set up, you see a bed. It's a very bedroom-esque type. It doesn't look like he does a whole lot of work up here. This is mostly probably his leisure room. You have not combed through it yet, but you do see a wardrobe and some boxes and some crates. Just kind of general storage stuff around here. But you do have the Elder dead at your feet, as well as the tiara, which you have identified as mundane and not what you originally thought. So, with that in mind, go ahead and turn it back over to you guys. So, you are all up here, you are all out of combat, and able to do what you wish. So, turn it over to you guys, you can let me know what you want to do, and where we're headed from here.
So, talking to the people by the tree last session, do all the citizens, once they die, essentially go to that tree? So, if someone figured out that this guy had died, they could talk to him?
So I'll tell you what you've learned about the tree so far is once somebody that was connected to this area passes on, a new leaf would sprout that would allow you to contact them beyond the grave. So it's not necessarily that their soul goes to the tree, just that the tree is able to contact them. I don't think you've found out how long that takes, how quick it is, or if it's guaranteed to happen, I'll say. You just know its purpose and how it works. But you could probably assume that yes, if somebody knew he was dead and knew that his leaf was there, they could go and speak with him.
So, considering this tiara is a fake, what are we gonna do about the body? Asking the group.
That is a good question. Don't know. What should we do with the body? Do you have thoughts?
Well, I mean, assuming we make this body disappear, there's still gonna be a leaf sprouting at the tree.
Another question.
Yep.
Would we know how quickly that leaf sprouts?
I don't think it was something you've asked. So I'm going to say, off the top of your heads, you probably don't know how quickly it happens yet.
Are you worried that he will tattletale from beyond the grave?
Yeah.
I am wondering if maybe talking to his leaf might be a way for us to find out if he's worth reviving or not. You know, I can bring him back if we want to do that. If we think maybe he's not such a bad guy, though I must admit, he really lightninged me a lot, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. Hey, Callie, you're good at disposing of bodies.
Yes.
What do you think we should do?
Well, if he has a bone saw, I bet we could cut him down to size and he would fit in my bag.
Yeah.
Do we want to preserve his skin?
I don't know, maybe.
That can make it a little messier. Don't these
I-
guys are... Oh, go ahead.
I just assume that if we were to talk to this guy from the grave, he'd still be mad at us for killing him.
People who get killed usually are pretty mad at the people who killed them.
Also, what happens when somebody comes to check on this guy? Not that I think anybody would, but just in case, you know?
Well, I do think that the elders are going to be expected to be at the party later, so it is going to be weird that he does not show up, you know? I think the real question we need to be asking is, do we want these elven folk to be allies or not? Are we looking for friendship here, or are we just looking to get in, kill the aspect of Tiamat, and, like, leave the bridges burned if they're burned? Calliope is gonna see. So this is mostly like living space?
Yep.
Calliope's gonna slink off and go hunting for an office.
Okay.
She's looking for people.
Okay. So you would assume that that's probably on a lower level. So you begin to walk back down the staircase. And I will point out something for reference, just because it might be viable. As you're walking down the staircase, Callie, you do find that it is still enchanted. I'm not going to make you make a check at this point because you're not in combat, but it does seem like the staircase is still very sticky. Though you also see a very large trail of blood that had followed a couple of your companions up here. So
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, we could make him show up to the ceremony or whatever.
Well, are we doing a weekend with Bernie's? At
No.
Bernie's?
I mean, I can change myself to look like him. But I can only do it for like an hour.
Oh, that's okay. Most good parties only last about 25 minutes anyway. So that should be plenty of time.
I guess while we're kind of trying to decide what we're going to do, Zan will start cleaning up the blood on the floor and stuff with prestidigitation.
Cool.
Lolly, I can help with that.
So tackling about 10 feet at a time.
Yep.
As you
I
begin
think it's
to
actually
clean.
1 foot. It's not very much.
I will grab Callie as you begin to make your way down. You do find a middle floor, which seems to have some chests set up. It seems like there's some items laying around here. I didn't fill it all in, but you do see some like general clutter and just kind of like, this is probably a workspace as much as the downstairs would have been as well.
Is this the only floor beneath us? Or is there another one before this?
No, yeah, the next floor is the bottom floor.
Alright.
You had a total of 3.
Like you see like you see like 1 through like -5 goes basement
Yeah, right.
I'm just gonna make a new Callie.
Before she walks in there, she's gonna check for traps.
Sure.
Is that investigation or?
Investigation or perception, depending on how hands-on you want to be.
I will try investigation.
Cool.
13?
Okay. Kind of examining just the general area. You don't really see anything that stands out as trapped to you on the floor, on the ceilings, or on the walls, things of that nature. You're not certain about the 2 chests that are on pedestals, or that are on like these columns. But you do see that there is another door here that looks like it leads outside, and you do see an internal trap mechanism on that door.
Gotcha.
Seems to be very similar to the one that was set up for the front door.
Sure. Okay. And I still don't see it because she's mainly looking to see. She's like asking herself, who is this guy? What was he doing? You know, he had this fake circlet. Why was that? Does he maybe have some information about the party later that's written down somewhere? So that's what she's looking for, is to get information about him
Okay.
through his stuff.
I will say that you do see pinned on one of the walls here a flyer talking about the festival, the Spirit Festival. Taking a look at that, it looks like just kind of like a general breakdown of events. Things that you get off of it are that there is a fireworks show. It's going to last about an hour. It looks like there is also going to be general festivities. Looks like some food stands, some like carnival festival games. You also see that each of the 5 elders is going to give a presentation. Each of them are going to be showcasing their magical abilities.
Does it list what these are, or it's just saying?
Nope.
Okay.
Just says a demonstration to be given by each of the elders.
Okay. Interesting. Alright. There's a sword on a pedestal in there.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk over to the sword
Mm-hmm.
and look at it.
It looks just kind of like it does on the screen. Kind of like a rapier. But I will say the hilt and the sword itself are black. It looks intentional. It doesn't look like it was charred or that it's destroyed in any way. It just looks like a deep, maybe obsidian blade and a matching black handle and I forget what it's called, that thing that goes over your hand. Cuirass or
The hilt.
yeah, like the hilt and the covering. It was all this like deep, almost stone looking black.
She will pick it up.
Okay.
Oh, the guard.
Yeah, guard, that's it. Over the hand.
Just like, what guard? No.
As you
Scare the crap out of Callie.
as you pick up the sword, you find that it is very heavy. You are able to lift it, but it seems like whatever material it's made out of is very heavy. And I'd like for you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Is this a spell?
Nope.
Natural 1.
Oh my god.
A total of 12.
I can use a key point to re-roll, but I want to see where this goes.
Okay. So as you pick it up, you feel this weight to it, and you kind of go to turn it in your hand, and you just kind of out of habit, maybe you go to maybe weigh it in your other hand, but you find that your hand that you picked it up with is stuck. You're not able to release it, and as you kind of play with your fingers, it feels sticky, and then you hear in your head, "Oh, hello there. Who are you?"
Well, hello. I'm Calliope. Who are you?
Oh, well, that's a good question, but I'm focused on you right now. See, nobody's touched me in a long time. Let's call me Charles. That sounds fun, doesn't it?
Charles. I like it.
Yeah, so. What was your name? Callie, you said?
Calliope.
Calliope. Yes, I see much within you. Oh, interesting, interesting. You have a hunger, don't you?
I could eat.
Yes, no, you hunger for dead things. They like you, don't they? Me too. Say, do you want to be my friend?
Sure.
Wonderful. I love dead things. Ooh, this will be so much fun. Tell me,
I
are
like
you...
you.
Oh, I think this will be wonderful. Tell me, do you like killing things?
Sometimes. I prefer when they're already dead.
Oh, wonderful. What a great partnership, because I like killing things and you like dead things, so I'll kill them and you play with them.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad I've met you, Callie. Now then, who shall we kill first? I think I hear some people upstairs. What do you say we get started? It's been so long.
Well, we already killed the one person up there we needed to kill, and we're actually wondering if he's supposed to be dead or not. So I need to investigate and find information about him to find out if we need to bring him back.
Oh, that sounds so boring. Let's do that second, and you feel yourself being pulled upstairs with your natural one. You are suddenly overcome with this urge to fight something.
Wonderful.
He says, "Come on, let's go. I promise to help you with that, but me first. Sorry, I know it's a little bit rude, but it's just been so long, and you already have something dead upstairs, and, well, I didn't get to kill it, so, you know, it's my turn."
Fair's fair.
And you begin to walk back up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So as you are walking up the stairs, you see Zanzibar and Lalia working on cleaning the stairs. They're kind of starting to make their way down a little bit here. Lalia and Zan, you see Callie walking up the stairs with this black sword in her hand, and you see that her eyes are white, like they've rolled back in her head.
Do I still have the ability to talk?
Yep.
Okay. The voices say I need to kill you now.
What?
Yep. Don't worry, it won't hurt.
I'm telling you right now, you don't want to do this. We just cleaned up all this freaking blood. I'm not in the mood.
Oh yes, start with that dragon bone. Oh, I love the color blue, don't you?
I do.
Oh God.
This would be wonderful. As you step up the stairs and you're kind of within reach of Zanzibar having this conversation, Callie, you find that your hand just lunges straight out. I'd like you to make an attack roll against Zanzibar.
What is my bonus?
So this would be... It is a dex-based weapon because it's a rapier and it's a +3.
Okay, so then I'll roll my sickle. 'Cause
Yep.
it's the same. Okay. 23. That's not gonna hit Zanzibar.
Miss.
Yeah.
So Zanzibar, you watch as this rapier, and it doesn't seem like Callie's whole body is into it. It almost looks like her hand is just kind of like lazily stabbing at you. But it comes very quickly, but you're able to step aside, and as it passes your body, you see that it leaves this black streak in the air that dissipates as she pulls her arm back. Oh, we missed. We may have to try again.
Okay.
I think Zan kind of like parries with his forearm, his like bracer or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, if you can, he'll catch the blade and stop Callie.
Okay, so you're gonna intentionally like use your hand or something to catch the blade?
Yeah.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
Oh, okay.
What could go wrong?
I got this. It's okay.
Yep.
7.
7. Okay. I think you're gonna take damage
Yep.
since you tried to grab it as it came at you. So as you go to grab it, Zan, you do manage to get your hand on the blade, but you don't stop it immediately, so the blade kind of runs through your grasp, and you feel this slicing as it cuts through your chainmail and into your hand just a little bit from where you were holding it. And Callie, you're going to go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay.
So you're going to do... This will be slicing, not piercing.
Yep.
So it'll be 2d8 slicing.
Yeah, I don't think of anything. Does my... Do rapiers
So it'll be your
fall-
dex mod +3.
Right. I'm just wondering how this works with being a monk, because I think rapiers can be monk weapons.
They can, but it has higher damage dice than your monk weapons do, I think.
No, I'm a D10. That's
Oh,
what I was
okay.
asking.
Then it's 2d10.
Sorry, Zanzibar.
You're good.
Not that it mattered a whole lot. So that is 7 plus 5 is 12 plus 6, so 15.
Okay, so you're going to take 15 points of slashing damage and 1d10 of necrotic.
And this is, as I'm catching the blade, this didn't actually come from the stroke of Callie.
No, this feels like it's the blade itself is hurting you, and this necrotic energy, you see that black trail that it left kind of wraps itself around your hand, and you feel that necrosis kind of seeping into the open wound that you now have.
Oh.
And Zan, you look down and you see you do have the blade now. I'll say you caught the blade because you're definitely strong enough to hold it there. But you see that your hand, which is normally scaly and blue, is starting to turn gray.
Lolly, I think this is an enchanted blade. I'm not letting go of the blade.
Like enchanted, like good thing?
Probably not.
Oh dear. Alright, little girl, put the blade down.
Oh God. Put it down! Put it down!
Back away
With-
from the weapon.
With the conversation between Zan and Lolly, I think a few seconds have passed, Callie, and you just hear in the back of your head, "Oh, that's not going to do now, is it?" And you feel as the blade in your hand disappears. And Zan, you see this as well. And then Callie, you feel a weight in your other hand, as I need you to make another attack roll, as this blade has essentially teleported to your other hand, and you're making another attack.
27.
And that's on Zan.
27. It still misses.
Good lord, dude.
So this time, Zan, you watch, or you probably feel it because you're looking at Lalia to talk. You feel as the blade leaves your grasp, and you look down just in time to see as Callie has used her other hand to stab the same blade towards you, and you again see that black trail that it was leaving behind seems to be attached to your hand still, and you will take another D10 of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Two points of necrotic.
Nice.
See that even though the blade missed, that first hit seems to have made some sort of connection, allowing it to continue to affect you. And you watch as your hand turns even more gray, starting to freckle with black.
That does not look healthy there, Xantadar. Alright, Callie. This has been fun. I know you like your dead things, but we got to put the blade down now. God, this is gonna suck. This is Calliope. I think I gotta be able to touch her to cast any of the stuff that, yeah. I think Lalia will step forward and attempt a remove curse on Calliope.
Okay. You do so. You kind of reach out and you touch Calliope on the arm or the shoulder, whatever's closest, and you feel this spell go into her. And I'll jump to Callie.
Yeah.
Callie, you feel this mental connection with the sword shudder as Lalia touches you. Would you like to try and drop the sword? Having full mental faculties right now.
Probably.
Okay. So
this is a problem with monks, they're too wise.
No.
Alright.
So as you begin to feel this connection sputter, you just hear this word, no, we were so close. We were so close. And then you open your hand quickly and you watch as it clatters onto the steps. And the black trail that was connecting to Zanzadar dissipates. And Zan, your hand slowly begins to turn back to blue as the sword kind of clutters down a few steps.
Ah, finally feeling back in my hand. A few more minutes probably would have lost my spellcasting abilities.
Oh no. That sword is bossy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could I take a look at it? I'm not touching it, but I just want to see if I can see any magic coming off of it.
Okay. Just as like kind of a looking at it, you could make an Arcana check.
Yay. Oh, fuck you, dice. 1.
A total of
Wait.
one.
Total of 13, but I want to see if I still have my thingy where I can spend a sorcery point to because I don't know whether they got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
But usually you can like spend a sorcery point to re-roll a check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's on the other one, but it's not on the first page on my new one. The thing's called Magical Guidance. I think they probably got rid of it.
That's annoying.
Yep, doesn't look like I have it on this new one. Okay,
Okay.
13.
Okay, so as you begin to look at the blade, you can definitely see that it has some sort of magical aura coming off of it. You saw the trail of black, and you still see that it emanates from the blade a little bit. You're not really sure what it does or how it works, you know, without maybe using like Identify or something. But you gather that, given the circumstances and what happened, you're fairly certain that this is cursed.
Would you throw up on her, Lalia, to make her drop the blade?
Just a little remove course. You know, the standard.
Could you do that again?
Why?
I'm curious about the blade.
How strong do you need me for later?
Probably
Actually,
pretty strong, honestly.
Hold on. Let me look in my bag. I have one. She pulls one scroll. Scroll of remove cursed.
Oh. We probably shouldn't waste it here. You weren't wearing gloves when you touched this, right, Callie?
Nope, just my bracers.
I'm gonna walk upstairs, because doesn't this guy have a bed upstairs?
Yep.
I'm gonna rip the sheet off of it
Okay.
and go back to the blade. I try and like gingerly wrap it so that we're not touching the blade, but we could like throw it in a bag of holding.
Make a dexterity check.
Callie, do you want to wrap this?
Yeah. I don't really think I want to touch it anymore.
I have a better sleight of hand modifier. Could I try that?
No, because this is more trying not to make contact with the blade, not doing
Gotcha.
something quickly.
Okay.
Guidance.
That's helpful. How badly do I want to waste an earth spell? Feel like this is gonna go badly.
I think so. I'm certain, but I'm having fun, so. As Zanzidar is like measuring and eyeing this and trying to. Calliope's like, there's even more down in that room. This is just one of the things.
Wait, what?
Yeah. There are some chests down there too and some other stuff.
But this just happened to be the first thing that you touched?
Yep. It looks pretty.
Lovely. You know what we're gonna do? Zanzidar's just gonna throw the sheet over top of it. Not trying to wrap it at all, just kind of making sure nobody kicks it with their foot. And essentially marking where the blade is.
Okay.
And I guess we'll go down and look at the chest, since Callie pointed us that way. Because that's definitely going to happen at a later date, assuming nobody else walks in and tries to check up on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you place the blanket over the blade and it disappears, you no longer are tempted to grab it, and you guys begin to travel down the stairs, very gingerly stepping over this space. Is everybody going down? Bink, are you following?
Yeah, I'm following.
Well, he is complaining, but yes.
So, as
And
you
what
make-
is our brain doing as well?
Kreider? Oh, he's just kind of following you guys.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like doing some post-battle stretches. Like, yeah, that was good.
You have some.
Dude, don't
Brain
touch
matter.
this blade.
Ooh, yum. What? There's a blade
Oh
there?
no.
Keep
Yes,
walking.
don't touch it.
Oh, all right.
Just like jump cuts to him already. It's already in his hand while he's.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Exactly.
You mean
Don't
this
touch
blade?
my exactly.
So, as you guys travel down, it is a little ways down. You do make it down to the next chamber. And stepping into this area, Callie, you notice something immediately. The sword is back on the pedestal where you found it.
Ah,
Ooh, spooky. The sword's back. Or it has a twin.
We
Or
get to
it
do it
can
all over again.
multiply.
wait. Okay. But why would it be back?
I don't know, you want to ask it?
What do you mean, ask?
Oh, it'll talk to you if you hold it. His name's
Lovely.
Charles.
Okay. Could we spend like, or could Zan spend like 10 minutes in here, ritual casting, detect magic?
Sure. Everybody else just gonna sit around for 10 minutes?
Calliope won't.
Okay. So Zan, you begin to stand in the center of the chamber and you begin to concentrate on making this spell and summoning the needed resources. And as you do so, Callie begins to walk around.
Hey, no, don't touch anything.
Why not?
Why not? I almost lost my freaking hand. Why not?
You have another one.
Uh-huh.
And I have this ring that would make it grow back.
Well, I mean, you give me the ring, I'll let you touch whatever you want.
No, I don't think I want to turn it over yet.
Okay, no touching stuff for you. You
Just
can look,
in-
but no touch.
Just in this room?
I'm prepared to say ever, but, just in this tower. How about that?
Aw.
If you want to go touch something, go back to your bar or whatever.
Can I touch you?
Please don't.
She's gonna get this, like, ornery grin on her face. Walk over to you and do the sibling thing. Where she's gonna stick
Can't
her-
you see I'm trying to concentrate on a spell?
I'm not touching you.
Uh-huh. Think. Help.
King is gonna walk over. He's gonna do the same exact thing as her.
You guys suck.
It's more fun than just watching you do this for like 10 minutes.
Well, at least if I do this, we're not gonna have to fight each other.
Yeah, true.
So as you guys are messing with Zan as he's concentrating on trying to cast this spell, Callie, I want you to make another wisdom save for me.
17.
Okay. You don't feel any compulsion, but you do hear some whispers in your head. Hey! Hey, Calliope! Hey!
What?
I thought we were gonna be friends.
Is this Charles?
Yeah! Come back over here and pick me up. That was, we were gonna start something really awesome.
Here's the thing, Charles.
Yeah.
We can't hurt Zanzibar.
Okay, I won't hurt the Dragonborn.
Insight check?
Sure.
Okay.
Insight check.
I can't hear any of this, can I?
No, this is in Callie's head.
Man, I cannot roll
Okay.
well. 17 again.
You get the feeling that he's not gonna hurt Zan. I totally promise. I would no more hurting the Dragonborn. It's not. No, I get it. He's cool. He's a friend. I can respect that.
Why do you want to kill so badly?
That's what I was made to do.
Yeah, but like, I was made to be a princess and I'm really bad at it. And I don't want to do it.
Well, you see, so am I. I'm bad at my job. I'm trying to get better. You gotta start somewhere.
Right, but I don't want to be a princess.
Well, that's your choice.
Yeah, so like you could be not the killer.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think you'd be really a pretty wall ornament.
Maybe I should try out the killer thing, and, if I don't like it, then maybe I'll change. But, I haven't really killed anything, so
Then how do you know you're a killer?
how do I know I'm not a killer?
But how do you know you are?
Because my head says I am.
Why?
Because that's what they made me to do.
Do you have a head? You're a sword.
Well, I guess my mind, really. I think I used to have a head.
What happened to it?
I don't remember. I just know I'm a sword now.
What?
It's all a little foggy. I think I used to be like you.
A princess?
No, a person.
Oh. I mean, that's kind of boring.
I know, but maybe if I kill enough things, I can be a person again.
I don't think that's how this works.
I don't know that it's not how it works,
But I don't know that it is how it works.
but it could be.
Hmm.
Think of the possibilities.
I don't really know that this is the kind of possibilities I like to think about.
It's the only one I can think about. And I thought we were friends, and friends are supposed to help each other with their goals and ambitions.
Why?
Because that's what friends do. They support each other.
Why?
Well, I guess it's just how it works.
Why?
I'm not real sure, but it tends to work out pretty well. I mean, you're here helping your friends, and they're helping you, right? Your other ones.
Yeah, but how are you gonna help me?
I'm gonna make things dead for you. You like dead stuff. I'm gonna give you tons of dead stuff.
Yeah, but I gotta do a lot of the work to get the things dead with you.
No, I'll do it. All you have to do is hold me.
Yeah, see, that's a lot. You're heavy.
Yeah, but
you
did
should
you really
maybe
feel
lay
it
off
when
the sword food a little bit.
We can work on that as friends.
But see, then I have to work.
I'll do most of it.
This sounds like a job.
Yeah, well, you get stuff out of it, so I guess it's not a job.
I already have a job. I don't really need another one. I'm only 16.
Yeah, so
So you really haven't killed anything?
not as a sword.
I don't even understand what that means.
I'm not sure either. It just sounds right. Throughout this conversation, Zan, you have now successfully casted your detect magic. And you definitely pick up enchantment and curse on this sword. Though the two chests in the room as well, you're picking up faint enchantment auras from within them as well.
Okay, so the sword's enchanted, and whatever is in the chest is also enchanted. Plus, the sword carries a curse. So, good intuition, Malia.
Well, So we are just going to leave now then, yeah?
What do you mean?
I-
You're not curious as to what is in the chest?
My intuition says we got off easy with the last thing, so we should not keep investigating. And you say it's good intuition,
I
so...
think we should keep investigating.
No, Bink.
Might could be something cool in
Kinda with
there.
Bank on this one.
It could be something cool.
You are hypocrites.
I didn't say nothing.
Alright, that's a good point. Xantadar, you are a hypocrite.
I mean, yeah.
Just remember, I have one scroll, so be smart about it.
Okay, as long as we don't touch the sword, we should be good.
Famous last words.
Kelly, did you check for traps on the chest?
No, well, I looked, I don't see any. The only one I saw was on that door over there.
Oh, okay. Did you happen to disarm the trap on the door?
No, I was too busy talking to Charles.
Who's Charles?
The sword.
Oh, okay.
How's this?
You're not still talking to him, are you?
A little bit. He doesn't think he's a sword.
What does he think he is?
Well, I mean, he thinks he's a sword now, but he says that he wasn't always a sword.
Does he have any inclination as to what he was before he became a sword?
He said something about being a person, but I think that's something all swords say.
I wouldn't know. Swords don't talk to me.
Well, that's because you're boring. They only talk to interesting people.
Oh yeah, well, I bet the sword didn't talk to Bink.
I'm interesting.
Well, apparently not, if the sword's not talking to you.
So its name.
Sword's name is Charles.
I'm gonna walk over to one of the chests and see if it's open.
Okay, which one?
The one closest to the sword.
So as you step over and look at the chest, it doesn't look like it's open. It doesn't have any sort of like external lock or anything on it, but it doesn't look like it's just already open.
Can I try and open it?
Sure. As you reach out and put your hand on the chest and kind of push the top open, it opens. And inside you see a few stacks of like papers and like folders full of other parchment and like some wrapped scrolls and things of that nature.
I guess I'll start looking at the scrolls.
Okay. As you pull out some of the scrolls and you open them, they all appear to be empty.
Okay. That's weird.
Is he still getting like a magical essence from anything in here?
Yep. Yeah, it looks like a handful of the scrolls and a lot of the other documents are still giving off a aura of enchantment magic. Including one of the ones you're holding that you have opened and is blank.
Right. Well, I mean, apparently all these scrolls are enchanted, but I guess they're enchanted to be blank. Or their enchantment hides whatever's on them. I mean, I have Dispel Magic, but I'm sure that would, like, kill any enchantment on there, and if these things are magical, then it'd probably just ruin the scrolls. Anybody got any ideas?
Good ones?
Why? That is a good question. Why the fuck did that happen? I'm sorry. What the hell happened
You
here?
control pasted in the wrong application.
No, I didn't even post anything. The hell? That is me, but that isn't me.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Nothing. Thank you for telling me about that, because I don't know what the hell that is.
Why does everything take magic?
Because we're in a wizard's tower?
Can't believe you want one of these.
A tiny wizard's tower?
It's not compensate.
Sure.
I guess I'll put the scroll back and go see what's in the other chest.
Heck yeah.
As you step over the other chest, seems very similar, and as you open it, you see that there is a pile of random, like, material components. You see, like, some interesting shaped and colored coins and some gems of various make, some of which are giving off some sort of, like, magical component to them.
Well, we're taking the gems. That's fair.
Oh.
Just straight up, because those are components for other spells.
Whatever you say.
So as you begin to rifle through this box, a lot of it is just spell components. It seems like this was probably where he kept his stockpile of things that he would use for his magics, but as you kind of get towards the middle of the chest, you see one stone that is very bright blue with like white veins running through it, like very bright white veins. And as you go to pick it up and grab it, you kind of feel this rush of energy through your body. You feel this surge of magic.
Yep, putting that in my pouch. Don't know what it is, but it's mine now. This guy's dead.
So that is... I forget what I called it. Oh, it's a Ruidian stone.
Ooh.
It's a what stone?
And that's a custom thing, right?
Yep.
It's not actually okay. How do I spell that?
Ruidian.
question marks as the description. We don't know what it does.
Mystery.
I'll tell you what that one is because it's just a useful item.
Mystery solved.
Ah.
So once per day, you can use this stone to upcast a spell by +1 level. Which,
Oh,
the way it works, you could also upcast a 9th level spell to 10th. But it would have to be a spell that gains something when you upcast it, so you could essentially add a level to whatever its upcast ability is.
That's pretty cool.
So you can use it before.
Does it
Oh.
require attunement?
No. But it is once per day held by the stone. So it isn't like everybody can use it once. Just the stone activates once.
You get it today.
What was your question, Xavier? I missed that.
Wait, so you can pre-use it on a spell, and it makes you said 10th level?
Yeah, so it's basically as a free action. When you cast a spell, you can activate the stone to boost that spell's level to 1 more than what it is.
Wow.
And I will say another thing that would work with is like with your 2 spells per day. If you cast a 5th level and then you cast a 2nd level, you could cast that 2nd level and use the stone to boost it to 3.
Cool.
But yes, you could level up a 9th level spell with it.
Okay.
Very cool.
Would I be able to tell from his other spell components that he has in this case, maybe what some of the spells on his spell list were, aside from probably Call Lightning?
I will say, thinking about the contents of the first chest, you did find a couple of books that looked very similar to like a wizard's book, though they were empty when you opened and flipped through them. But thinking about that and thinking about the spell components that you found in the chest, you found most of the components in here were pretty common things, like your back guano for fireballs, your random assortment of gems and rubies. You're gathering that a lot of the spells that this gentleman had access to were either wizard or druidic.
Ah, okay. And the parchment said that he would have to put on a display of sorts as far as spells go. So the only one I currently know for sure is Fireball, which I do have on my spell list. Hey Kelly, could you ask this? I'm assuming the sword has been here a long time. Maybe it knows how to quotation marks disenchant these scrolls to reveal what's on them.
I can ask. Hey Charles,
Yes.
do you know how to disenchant the scrolls so we can read what's on them?
No, I haven't seen him mess with them too much. He usually takes them out and walks them upstairs. They've been here longer than I have, so I'm not quite sure.
Charles says you're supposed to lick them.
Insight check. Get all the bad rolls out now.
That would be a 28 on deception.
Oh my gosh.
Zane will pick one of the scrolls up and look at.
It tastes like parchment.
I don't think it's working. I can't read any of.
Charles lied to us? Charles!
What? That's not what I said.
I know.
See, I think we would make a wonderful pair. I love stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Come on, just give me a chance. I promise I won't stick the Dragon Ball.
Charles says you have to lick it in the room upstairs.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
He's gotta
okay.
be naked too.
Ew.
All right, never mind.
The hell?
He's gotta be upside down.
All right, I'll grab these, Bink. You grab those. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
We'll walk upstairs.
I missed it. Did Zanzidar open both chests or just one?
Both. The first one
Okay.
had papers.
Yeah.
The second was the spell components.
Alright, I
Yeah.
lost track of whether the spell components were in the other one. While he goes upstairs, she will go over and see if she can dismantle the trap on the door.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check. And you just hear from Charles, "Oh, come on, let's go upstairs. I want to watch this."
Yeah, it's more convincing this way.
Oh, it'll be hilarious though. Did you tell them they gotta be upside down?
No. 18.
Easy enough. You find just a couple of strings that were attached, and you snip them and very carefully set back the cauldron above the door that held the spell. It seems to be de-armed.
Is it now unlocked too, or is it also locked?
No, but it just has a deadbolt. You can unlock it.
We'll do so.
Yep.
But I assume Zanzidar and Bink have made it upstairs now.
Yeah, you just hear a satisfying click. And Bink and Zanzidar, you have made it back to the top floor with this chest full of papers.
Huzzah.
Okay, so we know we have to lick them, but we don't know where we have to lick them at. So here, you get on the bed. I'll sit over by the table. And if you get a paper cut, just keep going.
Oh no.
Alrighty.
Alright, so as you guys kind of take positions around the room and start licking these scrolls and books and papers, I'm going to have each of you make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
There it is. Natural 20 for 33.
Good
Not
lord.
natural 20.
Okay. You get through probably half a dozen or more each and trying different spots and locations, and both of you begin to feel your bellies getting upset. Like you're probably ingesting parchment, and that's not great for you.
I mean, there are worse things to
Yeah. When your tongues are getting a little dry.
eat.
And so you make it to the last one, you get cold chills as your dry tongue rubs along this kind of grainy paper.
So, did you find anything?
No.
This kind of makes me mad. You know what? That damn sword lied to us. I'm gonna go down, and it and I are gonna have some words.
So you headed back downstairs.
Yep.
Alright.
Calliope will open the door.
You head back downstairs and you see that Calliope has disarmed and opened the back door.
Oh, good job.
Thank you.
What are you doing touching stuff?
Whatever I want. What are you doing licking stuff?
Well, obviously it didn't work. Because now I'm back down here and there's no writing on these freaking scrolls. So the sword and I are gonna have a talk.
You can see that both Zanzidar and Bink's lips are severely chapped.
That sucks.
Oh god.
Alright, sword. Piss me off today. And we're gonna cast Dispel Magic
Okay.
at 5th level on this freaking sword.
Alright, let me see. Automatically in the effects of a spell, the target spell zone is equal to or less than the slot you use. Okay, so you're using 5th level. Okay, so as you cast this Dispel Magic, you see your magical energy enveloping this sword, and then it dissipates.
Bet you can't talk now.
Callie, you hear in your head, "Well, he's a little bit of a pain. Are you sure I can't stab him?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, tell him that kind of hurt. I'd appreciate it if he didn't do that."
Well, he only did it because you told him to lick all the scrolls.
But you told him.
He doesn't know that.
If he wants to talk to me, he's just gotta pick me up.
Hey, Zanzidar, I don't think that worked.
What do you mean?
I mean, Charles is still talking to me.
Alright, let me see something else. Gonna sit there and think for a little bit. Right. Is there a is the door open by Kelly?
Yep.
Is it just like a straight drop off? Oh no, wait, that won't work.
You can go out and look.
Stupid sword.
I mean, Calliope would like to be looking.
Yeah.
For the record.
You step outside. It does seem like it does kind of drop off. Though it does look like this is just kind of like a balcony. Doesn't really have any rails, but it's just a little balcony space that gives a nice view of the forest down below.
What's the saving throw for the sword?
Seems like it was
Wisdom.
wisdom. Yep.
Alright. Zan picks up the sword.
Okay, make a wisdom save.
Molly is like, well done.
18.
Plus 6.
Yep. 'Cause
Plus, and actually, I think you'd have a. Is it a magical effect?
it is magical.
So you're at least. I mean, this tower is not even 20 feet wide, so you have
Oh.
advantage and.
Yeah,
plus
then-
6, so.
yeah. Roll again. Less.
Alright, so 24.
Yep.
Okay. So as you pick up the sword, you don't feel any compulsion, though you do feel that your hand is now stuck. just in a very similar fashion as Calliope. You pick it up and you notice that it is heavy, and it doesn't seem like you're able to set it down, though you don't feel any compulsion to attack anyone. But you do suddenly... Go ahead.
So you feel like playing with me, do you now, sword? And Zan will twist on his heel and smack the middle column.
Okay. As you do, you hear in your head, "Oh, when you... Ow! What the hell?
Tell me to lick every freaking piece of parchment.
I didn't say it, she did. Plus, I said you gotta do it upside down. At least she didn't tell you that."
Callie,
What?
the sword says that it didn't tell you to tell me to lick everything.
Zanzadar, who are you gonna believe? Me, who's traveled with you for months now, or a piece of metal you just met?
You know, you're right. Smack it against this middle column again.
Ow! What the... I told her I didn't know. They were here before I was.
Liar!
Ah, well, whatever. What do you want?
What's your deal?
I kill stuff. Do you want to be my
Yeah,
friend?
I kill stuff too.
Yes, I've noticed. You're trying to kill me.
Exactly. Smack it against the middle column again.
Ow! You're gonna give me a headache. If I even
This is
have
what
one.
they call an interrogation.
Well, I mean, sure it hurts, but it's not gonna get anything out of me. Just ask me. What do you want?
Do you know anything about the dragon in this town?
There's a dragon in this town. Is it you?
Are you asking me?
No, it was rhetorical response. I have no clue. I've been stuck in this tower.
Why was he wearing a fake tiara?
I don't know. Maybe he thought it looked pretty. But do you think I had some sort of connection with this wizard? Obviously, he wasn't holding me, so I couldn't talk to him.
Then how'd you get in the tower?
I don't know. I just wound up here. He probably did it.
Well, obviously... What? You're not giving me any information. What do you know?
I know I'm a sword, and I know I like to kill stuff. Do you like to kill stuff? Because I think I'm pretty good at it, though. I'm starting to question myself after talking to that girl. She's really good at talking in circles. I've learned that.
Yeah. Well, we're here to kill a dragon, so you gonna help out with that then?
I could try and kill a dragon, sure. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
And we're not killing any of our party members here in this room.
Sure. We'll start with that, but you never know. Maybe one of them pisses you off one day. I could help.
We don't have that.
You don't have what?
We don't have to tell them that.
Oh. Well, the only one I could tell is Callie. She's the only other one that's touched me so far. I don't know that she'd believe it anyways.
So, can you teleport?
Well, within your hands, yes. And you watch as it appears in your other hand.
Oh, that's sick.
Yes, quite.
So, since you have both a connection with me and Callie, can you go to Callie and I'll hold out my hand with the sword in it?
You listen as he says, well, no, I can only connect with one of you at a time for that purpose. Mental connections, I can have as many as people have touched me, but that physical one, it's one at a time.
What about if you float in the air? Can you float in the air?
No, I'm quite heavy. Can't you feel me? I don't think I'll be doing much floating. Probably a lot
But
of
you
sinking.
You can teleport.
Between hands.
Oh.
And back
What
to-
else can you do?
I can stab stuff and kill it really well, and
Yeah, well, last time I touched you, black ink shit came out.
oh yes,
What happened with that?
I don't know.
You said you had a memory of being something else before you were a sword?
Maybe. I feel like I had arms and legs and a head, but I'm not positive yet.
What happens if our paladin casts a remove curse on you?
I don't know. I suppose it'd break me eventually. Maybe I'd turn back. I'm honestly not sure.
Lalia,
So-
just as this is happening, is sitting there going, how many of us are going to sit there and stare at that sword for really long periods of time?
Zan, you do notice that your hands have turned gray again.
Hey,
they
wait,
don't seem to
what
be
are you-
turning black, just gray.
What's this?
What's what?
Why are my hands turning gray?
I don't know. Did you touch something?
You dumbass.
Oh, I don't know.
God
It's me.
damn.
I'll set the sword down.
As you try to set it down, it does not release from your hand.
You alright over there, Zanzidar?
Well, my hand's turning gray again. It doesn't hurt yet, but the sword says it doesn't know what's going on. It's about to get a headache, though.
Nope, not a clue.
Liar. Smack it against the pole again.
Ow! That hurts. Stop it.
Stop doing what you're doing to me.
But I can't help it. I mean, I don't know what it is, so how could I stop it? Well, maybe it's helpful. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Maybe it makes you more powerful.
Did you check out what's happening with my hand? The sword says it thinks it's being helpful.
You know, nothing good ever starts with the sword says, Zanzidar. Kidding
I
me?
know, that's why I keep smacking it against this pole, but it refuses to give me any answers.
Can I try to do like a medicine check or arcana or something to
Sure.
get a feel?
You can do medicine or arcana, whichever one will give you different answers.
Try medicine first.
Sure.
Natural 20.
Nice.
25.
So, kind of carefully examining Zanzidar's hands, like not using your own for fear of touching the sword, you just kind of maybe take out an implement and like poke his hand to see if there's still muscle. And physically and medically, he seems perfectly fine, just discolored.
I think this is just cosmetic. You seem fine. You got something against gray.
Well, it's not my pretty blue hand.
You're saying gray is not pretty?
I sense I've fallen into a trap. I just don't like gray. I like purple, and I like blue, and I like light blue, and I like white. But I don't like gray.
We'll see if the sword can turn your hands white.
Well, you heard her, sword.
I didn't hear anybody. I heard you. What'd she say? No, I'm just kidding. I can't make them white. I'm not even sure how I'm making them gray.
It says it can't turn them white.
Oh, well, then this sounds like a personal problem. You might want to put the sword down.
I can't.
What?
It can teleport from hand to hand, but when I go to put the sword down, my hand doesn't respawn.
Is this like one of those tricks, though, where you're like, oh no, my money spends itself?
No, it's like one of those tricks with your Warhammer.
What? I can put Zidane down, see?
Yeah, well, you're being discriminatory to sentient weapons.
Well, I apologize. Did not mean to be discriminatory.
I don't think he cared.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. Talking about hypocrites in this room. Want my own sentient sword and... Oh, let's not touch the sword.
You know, maybe the gray hands make you powerful. You're a caster, right? Maybe I give you some sort of arcane ability.
Well, let's test it out then.
Oh, wonderful. What did you have in mind?
You're the one who's suggesting you have a arcane superpower or whatnot.
I'm just coming up with options. I don't know. Not
Cast shocking grasp from my gray hand into the sword.
Onto the sword.
Okay. As you go to cast Shocking Grasp, you find that you're unable to perform the somatics.
Yeah, see?
What?
You're not helpful.
What are you talking about?
I just tried to shock the out of you,
Why would you
and
do
it
that?
didn't work.
What? You were trying to hit me. That's not fun. That's not helpful.
That's my main thing that I do.
Well, that's kind of lame.
You're kind of lame.
That's rude and hurtful.
Yeah.
So, Kelly, I could borrow that ring?
Callie seems to be in a drift right now as Michaela has gone pee.
Oh,
But it is 4 o'clock. You want to take a quick pee break for everybody?
sure.
Okay.
Let's jump out for just a second. Be right back. Zanzidar was just about to ask him.
Are we back?
Yep.
Hey, Callie.
Yeah?
I could borrow that ring, right?
Sure. Why?
So what's the likelihood that if we chopped off my hand that's holding the sword, that would get rid of this sword? And then how long would it take my hand to grow back?
Well, here's the thing, Zanzidar. You might have to chop both hands off.
Okay, how long would it take? Oh. Where would I put the ring?
Are you sure your arm? Maybe not just your hands.
Where would you put the ring? It becomes a toe ring.
on his toe.
Yeah.
Has a little toe ring now. Hey, it doesn't specify where it could be equipped to. You just gotta equip it onto your toe.
I think it takes about a week.
Hmm. Well, what do you think is more feasible? Should we use our last remove curse spell scroll? Or do we chop off both hands?
I think there has been a misunderstanding. I can cast a remove curse many times. I just only have one spell scroll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I make you a deal? What if I tell you how I work and you leave me alone? Or give me to somebody that can use me? I really want to kill something.
Hey, Krager, do you like this blade?
Does it do lots of damage?
I don't know. Let me ask it. What do you do?
Well, I do a lot of slashing damage, and I do a lot of necrotic damage, and I'm really good against spellcasters. But I can't tell you
Oh,
unless
it's-
we make a deal.
Well, it seems like this is your only way out. So tell me now, or we remove the curse and I leave you here.
Well, I guess it's my best shot at killing stuff. Fine. If I'm held by a spellcaster, you can't use somatic spells. Obviously. Because I tie up your hands. That's why I'm allowed to teleport between them, because they're under my control, basically. But if you use me against a spellcaster and I do enough of my necrotic damage, I can disable their hands. So essentially, the item card would read, if this sword is held by a caster, or anybody that holds this sword is cursed. It does not require attunement, but it acts as an attunement when cursed. And if held by a caster, you are unable to cast somatic spells. However, if you damage a caster, and they take a total of 20 points of necrotic damage from the sword, they are unable to cast somatic spells for 1 hour. As their hands are diseased.
Huh. Okay. Hey, Krager, do you cast spells?
I mean, a little bit, but not a whole lot. I mean, I'm
Okay,
a
that
paladin.
rules you out. You're not allowed to have the blade.
Lame.
The only person that leaves is Callie.
What are you talking about? I cast magic all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Well, no one in the party doesn't use spells.
Well, I mean, do they all use somatic spells, or could they get around the use of their hands for a little while? I mean, come on. This town is full of mages, I've heard. I mean, you just fought one upstairs. How useful would I be?
I mean, he does have a point.
I mean,
Does
this is really
anyone
good
not
second.
want to cast spells for the next day, day and a half, week?
Forever.
I mean, I can use my wish spell.
To do what?
I don't know. That's like the only spell I got.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think wish is somatic. Maybe I'm wrong.
It can be somatic if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's just verbal.
Yeah, I think most paladin spells are just verbal. Nope, I'm lying. One paladin spell is just
Let me see. That's in notes, right? Verbal. Yeah, Kreider says, well, I mean, most of my spells are just verbal and I don't have a whole lot of them. I could maybe use it a little bit, but I kind of like my Warhammer. But...
yeah. See, Crater doesn't want him. Sucks to be you, Sword. Nobody wants your ass.
Oh, that hurts.
No, this hurts. Smack you against the pole.
Ow! Damn it!
Tell you what, even though I'm not allowed to cast spells, I really do enjoy this. Smack you against the pole again.
Come on!
I mean, it's fun, what can I say? And it's not like I'm damaging you.
Well, if you're gonna leave me here, could you at least break that damn pedestal and, I don't know, toss me in the forest? Maybe somebody will find me.
What about the pedestal?
Well, anytime I get dropped, I come back to it.
Oh. And how would we break it?
I don't know, smash it, dispel it, something.
No. Well, you've been telling me I hit the wrong thing for, what, 10 times now? And I'll smack the pedestal with him.
Okay, how hard are you trying?
Trying to break it.
Okay. Make a attack roll using strength, and you'll add +3 for the sword.
Wait, if I break this pedestal with you, you have to release me from gray hands.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Strength?
And you'll have +3
Oh, okay.
from the sword.
Gotcha. 5. No. 8.
You hit the pedestal and you just hear a little chinking. Ow! Ow! I don't think that was enough.
I think you'd hear a snort from Lalia with that swing.
Well, what are you doing? What?
You're doing great, Sandstar.
You want to give it a try?
No, I don't want to touch the sword.
You got some tiny arms. Try harder.
Who was that talking to me?
That was the sword.
Hey, Crater.
Yeah. Where's it?
Come grab my arm.
Okay.
Help me.
All right. He grabs onto your arm. Now what?
We're gonna smack the sword onto the pedestal.
Oh, you want me to try really hard?
Yeah, but
All right.
preferably leave my shoulder
All right, let's
intact.
go. You feel your arm yanked back and then thrusted towards this thing. Go ahead and roll another attack. We'll add your strength and Kreider's strength and the sword.
Okay.
So you have a +1. Kreider has a
Yeah.
+9. The sword has a +3. So add 13 to your roll.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably good.
That'll be like a
What
30.
is that? 26 and then 29, right?
Yep. So as you feel your arm jerked back, you hear a pop. And you feel your arm go a little bit limp as it thrusts the sword into this pedestal, and you watch as the pedestal cracks and kind of starts to crumble. And you just hear the sword like, yes! Oh, that did it! I think I'm free! And then Kreider lets go, and Xandar, your arm just kind of dangles almost lifelessly as it's been pulled out of the socket.
Okay.
And Kreider just kind of looks at you. Oh, I think we did good.
Yeah, I think we did good too.
I
But
think
my
your
hand's
arm's-
still gripping the freaking sword.
What happened to your arm? But you do watch now as the sword falls from your hand.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, I'm hurt.
Kreider starts poking your arm as it just swings.
Stop that.
What?
My shoulder's out of socket.
Oh, that sucks. You want me to fix it?
You think you can fix it?
Yes.
I was gonna ask Lolia.
Oh, I totally got this.
Oh, okay.
He picks up your forearm, so now your arm is making like a 90-degree angle
Oh,
with one hand.
Okay.
All right, just hold it there, and he takes his maul and swings it back. I'm just gonna.
No,
I'm
not
just
that!
Gonna, I'm just gonna tap your elbow, and put it right back into place. Are you ready? All right, hold your breath. And he swings his maul at your elbow. And he's gonna make an attack roll, I guess.
Oh no.
Well, he's gonna do it recklessly, so I'm gonna roll with advantage. All right,
Yep.
That's a 34 to hit.
Yeah.
You're gonna take 14 points of bludgeoning damage
Ouch.
as he hits your funny bone, and your shoulder goes back into place. But woo, buddy,
Oh,
it just feels like your funny bone got hit by a truck.
oh, that's gonna be numb for a while.
I think I did it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be a doctor.
Mm-hmm. No.
No.
You're almost afraid that your elbow might have shattered, but you don't want to look at it. You do feel it beginning to swell, though.
All right. You said you want
I
him.
knew I could do it.
Yeah, you did great.
So, my arm's busted now, so I can't throw him out the door. Someone else has to do that.
What? Throw who out the door, Bink?
The sword.
Oh.
Callie, you just hear in your head. Yeah, just toss me. I mean, last chance if you want to be friends, but at least toss me.
Okay. Well, if you will walk over and pick it up, I guess.
Yep, it doesn't feel like it sticks to your hand this
Okay,
time.
that's good. And she'll walk him over to the balcony.
Yep.
It was lovely to meet you, Charles.
Yep. I hope for your sake I don't meet somebody that hates you. All right, see you later.
Bye. She'll chuck him.
Yep. You watch the sword go over the edge and just fall out of sight.
Bye. So long.
It's coming. I'll roll later
Oh.
to see who finds it.
Oh boy.
All right. Now we have to figure out what to do with the body upstairs.
Alright, we were working on that. Are we certain we don't want to try to wake him up? We just want to get rid of him?
I mean, we can try and wake him up again, but somebody better be ready with like something to knock him out or something.
Or we can just leave him dead.
At this point, you all hear a knock coming from downstairs.
Oh, that's the room service I ordered.
What?
I'm joking.
Oh.
A little bit. I am kind of hungry though.
Maybe we answered the door and didn't figure out food. Or do we ignore the door? What do we do?
Well, the door's the only way in and out of here, right? Aside from that one.
Does the balcony faces away from the opening of the?
No, you could, if you stood far enough out, you could probably see the door.
Alright, Calliope's gonna sneak stealthily out and try to peer down towards the
Alright, make a stealth check.
Ew. 22.
Okay. You just barely peek around just to see the front door. You see the other elder, Yiskel, knocking on the door. Knocks again. Dom! Dom, are you in there?
Just sneak back in and say, "It's Yiskel from next door."
Oh, okay. We should probably just leave it, right?
Leave which?
I mean, probably not answer the door, yeah?
Yeah, probably not.
You hear another knock. Dom! Dom, Look, I left some components in your room. If you're not here, can I come in and just get them? Say nothing if that's a yes.
Oh, crap. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to hold my shield if we have to get into it in our fight. Maybe we could get some information out of him.
That would be good. I'm wondering if maybe he could fill us in on some of what's going on, but we have to make sure he's in a position to talk, you know, and not just attack.
What if we say we're like his house guest?
You could try that.
Hey, Crater. Do you want to go get the body and throw it out the balcony off the cliff?
I mean, sure, you think that's the best idea?
I have no idea.
No, I don't
But-
think that's the best idea.
Oh, okay.
You hear
Well, if he goes poking around too much, then he's gonna find the body, right?
you hear a click and a clunk and a creak as the door downstairs begins to open. Right, you
I
made a
think
mess in
Zan
here.
will. I think Zan will run towards the balcony door and try and hide right above that lip right there where the lantern is.
Oh, like over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, looks like we're gonna have an ambush.
Hold on, let's see if we can talk to him first.
You kind of hear from downstairs. Damn it, your teleport crystal's broke again. Damn it, Dom. I'm too old for this. You hear his footsteps begin to very slowly walk up the steps. Fucking, all this sticky. I don't know why you do this. Clump,
Alright.
clump.
Once he's in view, Calliope is gonna try to cast Hold Person. She's saying over the sending stones, "Don't attack yet."
Okay. Yeah, so you go ahead. He gets to the point where you can just kind of barely see his person. You cast Hold Person on him.
I did attempt to anyway.
What's the save?
Wisdom, DC 22.
Okay. He did not pass. So you hear his. He takes a step and then. Oh, what the? Freaking spells got all these traps. Dom!
She'll step into view.
Hmm.
She, while concentrating, will say quickly, because she's only got a minute. Listen, friend.
Oh.
Not foe. We are here. Something has happened to Dom.
Oh.
And we are trying to piece together what's going on. You will have a chance to talk to us, and we might be able to bring Dom back. Because he's not doing very well. But we need you to work with us first. If you are unwilling to work with us, we will have to kill you. You understand?
Well, you're one of those ones that knocked on my door earlier. Something happened to my brother?
Yes,
And he's
it was
dead?
a terrible accident. You aren't supposed to be talking, you're paralyzed.
I think you can still talk.
Nope.
Well, you hear it in your head then.
Alright. I'm not used to this kind of communication.
That's
Alright.
what happens when you have so many spells in your wizard tower and one of them goes off conveniently or inconveniently.
No, Xandadar. There was a misunderstanding about his elevator. Things escalated very quickly. We did what we needed to do to keep ourselves alive.
Callie, roll a persuasion check.
Callie or Lalia?
Whoever was telling him the initial story.
This is Lalia. Any chance he's a dwarf? No, he's enough. 25.
He got a natural 5, and he definitely doesn't have a plus 20.
Okay.
You just kind of hear in your head again, all right, just get me out of this thing. I'll help you figure it out.
Alright. She drops the spell.
You see him slump a little bit. Ooh, oh, I'm getting too old for this. Well, all right, what's going on? What happened?
We are hoping you can help us clear that up. We are here dealing with some ripple effects of some larger world-changing things happening in the outside, including some issues related to people who have little tiaras on their head. I think Zanzidar told us that he saw a tiara on this guy's head,
Yes.
but we did not necessarily say we see your tiara.
No.
Would you happen to know anything about tiaras on people's heads?
Kind of looks at you and says, yes, I know quite a bit about what's going on with that. What is your stance on it?
Our stance is that we've lost many a friend and good leader to the control of somebody else through it. What is your stance on it?
Persuasion check.
Okay. 24.
He got a natural 5 on his insight, so
Okay.
says well, all right. And you see he kind of reaches up to his head, and you see him brush back some of his long locks, and he has a little silver tiara. He says, well, maybe this will answer your question, and he just very carefully and slowly pulls it off.
Yes, that does help frame question or answer, but also it raises more. You see, we knew Dom appeared to have a circlet on,
Yes, it was much like my own.
which is not real, yeah?
That's correct.
So why the fuck are you walking around wearing fake circlets, you dummy?
It's a long story, but keep your enemies close and your friends close and your enemies closer. Or, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, but you
And
haven't
which
actually
one is
joined
the
them.
dragon soaring above this town?
Oh, be careful talking about that.
Indeed. We are here for your friend visiting from out of town.
There you go.
We noticed that your population density has declined very quickly.
Yes, very unfortunately.
Unfortunate for whom?
Everybody without the tiara.
Aha. So, am I correct then in assuming that you have a tiara because you value your own life more than your constituencies?
No, I have a tiara because working on the inside is the best way to take them down.
Insight check.
Sure. Hey.
18.
Okay. You're not sensing any like hidden motives from him. He's kind of hard to read. I will tell you, he got a natural 20 on his persuasion, but you don't catch any like malice behind what he's saying.
So would it be safe to assume that Dom was in a similar boat to being interested in staying inside?
I'm getting a little lost here. Me and Dom were working together. The other three elders have real tiaras, quite real tiaras. And we needed to keep up appearances and make it seem like we were under the visitors' control. It was our plan to try and use the festival to maybe help get the others out.
The others, the other
The
people?
rest of the elders and much of the population that has these.
Understood.
That visitor's been nothing but trouble and we want to get rid of him. That damned thing ate our king.
Yes, we heard something to that effect from your tour guides.
Yes. Perhaps we should speak somewhere a little more private.
Sounds like a good plan.
What can be more private than this?
Well, somewhere where I can set up a safe zone.
Shall we bring Dom?
Yes. Is he alive? Is he well? Is he hurt?
He is not alive at the moment.
What?
I told you there was a misunderstanding. We can rectify the situation once you take us to your quiet place.
Wait. I'm working with friends who killed my brother.
Temporarily.
Wonderful. A great start to the week. Well, we can use Dom's bedroom. He has an orb. Don't have to move towers or anything. Just let me upstairs.
Alright, just be aware. Dom is up there.
That's fine. It's not like I haven't seen him dead before.
Oh, that's good. He's used to it. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, he's a bit of an idiot. Half the time, it's his own damn traps that kill him. But regardless, yes, let's move upstairs.
Sounds good.
See, I told you, rogue stealth.
So you guys escort him back upstairs.
Yep.
As you all make your way back upstairs. He says, alright, just give me a moment here, and he steps over to the wardrobe in the corner. Kinda has to push Dom out of the way a little bit. Sorry, brother, probably your own fault. He opens it up, and you see on the inside another blue orb, kind of matching the one that was downstairs. And you see that he begins to press on it, and you watch as these sigils of runes begin to appear. And he touches them in a particular order, and you watch as this blue aura, or this radius, begins to emanate from it, making a bubble within the room. He says, alright, we're safe now. This will keep out prying eyes and ears and things of that nature.
Oh, and so you did that like this, right?
Like what?
Well, Zam tries to recreate the code that he pressed on the orb.
Oh, you're pushing it on the orb?
More or less.
You start to push some of the symbols on the orb, and he quickly grabs your wrist. Oh, hold on. One of those self-destructs.
Oh,
Don't try it from memory.
which one self-destructs?
Well, let's not worry about that right now. I don't know that I'd want you knowing all that. These are particular. I'd like to keep us all not incinerated today, if possible.
Yeah.
Look, if you're truly interested, maybe after all of this, I'll make you one.
Is your tower bigger than your brother's?
No, but is that a euphemism?
No.
No, they're both about the same size, pretty
Oh,
average-sized wizard towers.
below average.
Average, maybe a little above.
I think Jan,
Yeah,
down
okay.
to date.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So help me understand.
Well, we were chasing these thieves into this town. And apparently, they saw a sword on a pedestal and they broke the pedestal and threw the sword out the window.
Zanzibar.
I mean,
Oh,
were you in here watching all of this? How would you know all of that with such detail?
I can scry.
Zanzibar never learned that honesty is sometimes the best policy.
You guys
Yes, I did.
make a deception check, Zanzibar.
Ah,
15.
Okay. He kind of looks at you and he turns his head a little bit and says, yes, these air quotes, other thieves that you just happened to see. Yes, please keep lying to me. That's the best way to get through this.
Well, I mean, technically, you guys lied to us first.
And how's that?
Flicks the tiara on his head.
You never even asked about them. How could we have been lying to you?
We thought you were bad guys.
yeah, your ruse was too convincing.
Well, I suppose that's a compliment, but at the same time, you just go around killing people. You don't even stop to talk to them.
Sometimes.
Wonderful.
We're the best at what we do.
Apparently. Alright, so anyways, you thought that we were evil, didn't ask us questions, and started slaughtering my brother. Wonderful. But you might be able to bring him back.
Oh yes, we can certainly bring him back. No questions asked. It will just take a minute, and he will probably not be at his best unless you have some magics to help with that.
I mean, I do, but I prefer you did it. I'm saving up a lot for tonight's performance.
We were too. Jeez. Alalia will pull out a scroll of raised dead. Which I think I have several that we have never used. Yes. This will only take about 10 minutes.
Alright, that's fine. Well, let's talk while you work on it. Alright, so you're here to what? Kill people with crowns? Or are you here to deal with this dragon?
Both.
Both. Okay, well, you should know that not all people with the crowns are evil. Most of them, as I'm sure you're well aware, are being controlled. If possible, I'd like to save them, not kill them.
As far as we know, the crown embeds itself into your skull and your brain.
Okay, well, I'm assuming this dragon is the one controlling them, yes?
Part of it.
Okay, you're telling me there's somebody else that we would have to get rid of to end these tiaras?
Yes.
Okay, and who are they, and where can we find them?
In the astral plane?
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's the first aboleth.
You see, like, a smile come across his face. He just kind of chuckles. Well, I told you not to lie to me. I thought we were past this.
Can you cast Stone of Truth?
I mean, I can, should I? Or are you trying to tell me that you're serious?
As serious as your brother was dead.
Make a persuasion check.
God, what is with tonight? 14.
Okay. Alright, so you believe that the first aboleth has somehow awoken, come back to our state of being, and is spearheading whatever these tiaras are. And if that's true, that's quite dire. Also, not something I thought would ever be possible. To awaken a beast like that would have taken a god or more.
Something like that.
Yeah. Pretty sure his name was Cryovane. And he was a Dracolit.
Well, I think he certainly could have started the process, but it would have taken much more than a Dracolich. I mean, even an ancient one, but that would... Something had to ignite his spark. And I know that the aboleths weren't necessarily killed, but they were entrapped by the gods. They were snuffed, essentially put to sleep. Are you telling me this Cryo had the power of a divine being, that he was a god himself? Perhaps he's working with one?
As far as we know, he was working with Tiamat, but it seems like the first aboleth now either controls Tiamat or is in league with Tiamat, and each one of them is vying for more power.
His face just kind of goes gray and like sinks in a bit as he just takes that in. So you... Hold on. So you're telling me that Tiamat was involved with awakening the first aboleth because perhaps she wanted to work with him, and now the first aboleth is regaining his power and may have Tiamat, the goddess of destruction, under his control.
Yep. And as far as we know, there are 5 Tiamat aspects that we have to kill, and we already killed one of them.
Right, so you're telling
Two
me...
of them.
Okay, so now you're telling me that the dragon in my city may very well be an aspect of Tiamat herself.
99% sure.
Wonderful. Well, this dimension is fucked. You think you can stop this?
Or die trying?
Yes, right. How noble of you.
Braver than you. I'm not wearing a tiara.
Yes, but I'm also a realist, and the amount of power it would take to make something like that happen, well, I certainly hope you found it, and there's nothing I can do. There's no point in running when something like that is involved. There's nowhere you could hide. And I suppose me and my brother in our own way would like to help. I mean, we've been trying to help. We thought it was just a dragon that was controlling our people, but now you tell me this. This is going to require a lot more, but I think maybe we could perhaps help you with this.
So what have you been doing to help?
Well, we've been trying to infiltrate the council and just gather as much information as we can about what's going on and what this dragon is and what they want, and just vying for a time where we could try and strike back, perhaps eliminate this dragon. And, well, we originally thought that that would be enough to free us from the tiaras, but it seems like it's going to take more than that, but I think that might be a good first step. He looks around at all. He says, well, how about we make a deal, a pact of sorts?
Zan crosses his arm.
Is that a no?
It's not a no, but it's not a yes either.
I mean, Lolly is still casting Raise Dead.
Yeah.
But Calliope will pipe up with, what kind of pact?
Well, simply a truce. We'll sign to it. But you help us rid our city of this dragon and find our princess, who I believe the dragon has taken.
Yeah, she probably is the dragon.
Great. Well, hopefully that's reversible. Regardless, you help us rid this dragon and get our princess back, and I vow to you that me and my brother will help you in your cause later, when you need us. I believe if we get rid of this dragon, we may be able to at least round up and secure the others with tiaras, and at least keep them under control until something can be figured out to either remove them or, as you seem to be intent on doing, taking out this first aboleth and Tiamat.
I don't know, Zanzidar. That sounds pretty reasonable.
I mean, truce for now. As far as I'm concerned, your brother took the first shot at us. So,
Yes, well, can you blame him? You came at him with murderous intent.
Actually, we
didn't.
can blame him.
We really didn't.
Regardless, I'm sure I can talk to him and smooth things over. He looks over at you, Lolly, and says, how's it coming with that spell? And you're pretty much finishing it now.
Yep. Almost done.
Almost there. Don't worry. He's almost alive, guys.
He watches a lot of the blood and viscous that was pulled around Dom's body is sucked back in, and you watch as his chest begins to rise and fall. And his eyes slowly open, and he kind of looks around a little panicked. What? Oh God, what's going on? Hey, you killed me! But, did you just revive me?
Sure did.
What?
Sure lucky
Yeah.
day.
Because we're that good at people.
What? You guys are assholes! And you see Yiskel's like, Dom, we're gonna work with these people. It was an accident, and I'm sure they're very sorry for slaughtering you, right?
We're sorry we had to waste resources on this whole thing.
Okay, they're kind of sorry for killing you.
yes, we are very sorry for killing you.
Alright. That'll work. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, Dom begins to sit up. Well, your hand
That's a 22 deception check, by the way.
Yeah. Wonderful. He's not even questioning it. He's just going to believe it. Dom kind of sits up and says, I mean, you broke into my tower and you destroyed my stuff and then you lied to me. What was I supposed to think? I thought you were maybe under the control. I thought you had tiaras.
Here's the thing, friend.
What?
I think there's at least 2 people, she looks at Zanzidar, in this room right now who could learn, she looks back at Dom, to ask questions first and swing second.
You hear Yizkel's like, yep, I agree. Dom's like, All right, fine. I'm also sorry for not taking the time to talk to you.
And we apologize for trying to lie to you.
I
Right,
mean-
Xandar?
How expensive was the teleportation crystal downstairs?
Well, the resources to create one of them is about 20,000 gold.
Oh. Then I suppose you're justified.
Yes, well.
But I did you a favor. You need more exercise. Let's be honest.
I'm immortal, and I can change my body. If I need
I
muscles,
can't
I'll just
do-
make them. But whatever. Regardless, I can make a new one. Ugh. So what's going on here?
Your brother will get you up.
Yisko will kind of bend down and the next couple minutes kind of help Dom get up and move him to the bed, and we'll explain what is going on between your pact here. And so Dom says, "All right, I'm just gonna take a nap. I'll be back with you in a little bit." So Yisko turns back to you and says, "Well, I'll speak for me and my brother, and if you're willing to hold up your end of this pact, then I think we're more than willing to help you now and in the future."
I think that is something we can do.
Wonderful.
So, are you prepared for collateral damage? I mean, obviously, a dragon fight's probably going to cause a lot of collateral damage. Plus, as far as we know, when we exercise an aspect of Tiamat, it doesn't make the tiaras in the vicinity stop working.
That'll be quite a complication, but I suppose some collateral damage is to be expected, but you all said that you've dealt with one of these before. Twice, actually.
Each one has been a little different than the last, but yes, we have dealt with 2 so far.
Perhaps our strategy should be allowing your group to handle the dragon, and me and my brother will focus more on defending the city and rounding up those with tiaras to prevent any additional combat.
So what was your original plan?
Well, we found this magical stone that can amplify the casting of a spell, and so I was going to try and use a wish. Contact the gods.
Oh, that would be a bad idea. As
Why-
far as we know, at least a few of the gods have already been turned.
What do you mean the gods have been turned? Like tiaras?
Well, this one here, our half-horse friend, her god, Scarret, is now on the side of the aboleth.
Oh,
And
what?
Bahamut is in hiding. And I
Oh.
think Tyr is also in hiding as well.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So you're telling me I would have wasted all these resources to do something, it would have failed, and I probably would have just been slaughtered.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you guys showed up. You know, maybe that stone would be better served in your hands. I believe it's downstairs. I can go grab it for you.
No need.
Why is that? Do you have one of your own?
Oh, it's mine now.
Oh, you took the one from my brother's stash. So,
Well, he was dead.
so you killed
so-
him and looted his tower. Wow, you guys are thorough. I'll give you that.
I
Oh,
mean,
shit.
you're lucky that when we didn't come up here that your brother was stripped naked.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes. And, yes, probably so.
And that he still has his skin.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
We're going to fillet my brother.
we discussed it.
I mean,
Wait,
He looks over at Lalia, and then he looks at Callie, and he looks back at Lalia, and he says, "She's a little messed up. Do you know that?"
Oh yeah, we know.
Okay. But
you need a little crazy on this kind of mission.
Okay, now, when you told me your story and you mentioned that you looted his offices already, please tell me you kept the sword.
Nope.
We threw it out the window.
Ah, crap. Great.
Was that important?
Yep, definitely a big part of our plan.
Let me see if I can still talk to him.
And Calliope will try to reach out to Charles.
Charles?
Nothing.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, great. All right. Well, we have you now, so I guess we need him less. But oh God, if that gets into the hands of somebody, that's gonna be bad. Okay. See, that sword was stolen from a different reality. Let me back up. That sword was a creature stolen from a different reality that we turned into a sword. And the creature that it was I don't know if you guys know what these are yet, but they were called automatons. And that particular creature was designed to destroy mages. It's able to sap them of their power. As a sword, we were able to let it keep a little bit of its abilities. It's able to stop a spellcaster from casting certain spells, but there's a command word to transform that sword back into the creature it was before. And that creature is very adept at slaughtering mages. Most mages that get within even a proximity of it can't cast at all. Well, we were going to use that on the dragon, because, as you know, dragons are casters. At least this one is. But now that thing is just unleashed into the wild, I shudder to think what will happen if somebody learns how to change it back.
Just by curiosity, what's the command word?
Nope, not going there.
Nope. Okay.
Nope, that's not the word, but it's probably best that the word just be lost in history. I think we can handle a sword that turns off some magics. I don't think we can handle a creature that turns off all magics.
Like Dormammu? Or what was the name of that one worm?
Degmadu.
Degmadu.
Degmadon't.
You met Degmadu?
Oh, we threw him into the astral sea.
Oh my God, you guys are making so many horrible decisions. You realize that he's just going to eat out there. Oh my God. I don't know what's worse. The first aboleth destroying the universe, or you idiots? Oh my
Hey
God.
now.
Oh. But yes, very similar to that being. Able to shut off magic. Real killer of mages.
Wait. Thought the first aboleth is in the astral, yes?
Don't
And
ask me.
Degmadu is
No
in
one
the astral as well, yes?
According to you.
So if we hunted them both down, there could be like a big kaiju battle
What is a kaiju? Bless you.
monster.
Isn't tight.
You want to watch as Degmadu, the demigod of magic, faces the aboleth, the first aboleth. Do you understand that the first aboleth could absorb him?
Oh,
And that would be absolutely horrible. And vice versa, Degmadu could also, theoretically, if he was strong enough, which I doubt he is if you beat him up already, could absorb the aboleth, and then the minds would be conjoined, and that would also be horrible. But no, if you want to watch two giant beings beat the crap out of each other, please, feel free to do so. Just kill me first.
I mean,
Just be certain about that, because I don't have unending raised dead scrolls.
Yes. shudder to think the other things your party might have done in the recent times, but regardless, you all seem to have true hearts. I think we can work this out in the end. Some poor planet is gonna inherit Degmardu someday, and I really feel for them.
To be fair, there was no other way we could kill the thing, so
Yes, I suppose that's true. Degmardu really can't be destroyed. He does seem to always come back.
but on the flip side, you can now use magic in the desert.
Oh, wonderful. That's quite an accomplishment for them. I mean, is it really though? I mean, how many of those barbaric people can even use magic?
A few.
Well, good for them, I suppose. Well,
We should probably leave.
we have so much more to discuss, though. Hold on. So, if this is the third aspect that you fought, you said there were 5. Or
At
more.
least. Yes.
Okay, well, that might explain some troubling things. But also, I might have something that could help you in the end. As a show of good faith, I'll share this information with you. Tell me, do you know the locations of the aspects you've yet to fight?
Kreider, Sentinel East, Vale, Westrun, and Baldur's Gate.
So Vale, Westrun, and Baldur's Gate are the ones we have not seen. So does that make 6? Can I not count? I might not be able to count.
Yes, that would make 6.
Alright, there are 6.
Right, well, I do not know where Westrun is. I know of Vale. I haven't heard any news from them, so I'm uncertain what's going on there. But the one that has piqued my interest is Baldur's Gate. There's been a growing number of concerns and things that have been voiced, and communications have stopped. And I fear for the city for... Yes, that... Okay, so... Do you believe that all of these aspects are dragons, or do you believe that perhaps the aspect is able to become something else, or absorb something? Because you mentioned
Well,
maybe the dragon is the princess. Do you think they have the means to combine with other beings?
Yeah.
Alright, how many of you know what's buried underneath of Baldur's Gate? It kind of scans all of you.
Would anybody know?
Anybody could roll a history check. It'd be a pretty high DC, but not impossible.
Let's just...
11.
Does Bink want to give it a shot? A history check?
He's the intelligent.
Yes.
Use them smarts.
No.
Ah!
He kind of looks around at all of your blank faces and just the nodding or the shaking of the heads. And says, all right, well, I mean, I suppose it's actually probably a good thing that it's not common knowledge. Well, many thousands of years ago, there was, let's call it a trifle between two of the gods, Bahamut and Tiamat, over their child. Do you know of this story?
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, the town of Baldur's Gate enlisted the help of some very powerful mages of the time, and the city was not a city yet, so it really wasn't Baldur's Gate, but that's beyond. Prior to Baldur's Gate being a large mecca of trades and goods, it was still the closest place to a portal to the Hells, so that was also kind of feeding into why they felt the need to create something that would be able to defend them should these creatures continue their fighting or other gods become involved. they created this. It's kind of like a golem, you know. But they fused many of the minds and essences of these powerful wizards, gave up their lives, their immortality for some of them, to combine themselves into one being that would be able to defend their city in times of great need, such as the battling of gods. And they called this creature a god slayer. It was their belief that this creature had the power to detain and possibly permanently kill a divine being. Thankfully, the battles between Tiamat and Bahamut subsided, and they did not find a need for it. However, it had already been created, and there was no undoing it, so the mages that were contained within this creature and powering it spoke out with those that had helped create it, and they agreed to bury the creature far beneath the Earth's crust, just in case, you know, just to have it. But there really wasn't great access to it, so it became kind of lost to myth. But it seems that recently, near Baldur's Gate, this creature may have reawakened and is currently in the process of exiting its subterranean chamber. I will warn you that it has already caused a mountain to collapse, given the void that it's creating under the earth. Not many people know what it is that's buried under there or what's happening, but it's my belief that this creature has been awoken, and if there's an aspect in that area, I fear that perhaps it's gained control of this being. But I say this because if we're able to kill the aspect and separate it from a being, perhaps you could use that being on your fight. It is sentient, as it has the mind of many great wizards, so perhaps it could be won over, should you free it.
Okay. Does this thing have a name?
Yes, they call it the God Slayer.
Oh dear. What a name.
Well, its name is what it does. But to my knowledge, and given the most recent reports, it has not actually breached the surface. It's just causing tremors and earthquakes and damage to the surrounding areas, but Baldur's Gate itself is a very structurally sound place. I don't believe it's in immediate danger, but I don't know how long this creature will take to surface. But perhaps that could help you in the future. But at least for the moment, I think we can focus on relieving this town of its burden, and perhaps I could send you with some sort of help should you make your way to Baldur's Gate next, hopefully in the near future.
Yeah, when exactly we'll make our way to Baldur's Gate, but perhaps it could help us out.
Well, I think that's about all I can offer you this day. I think it's time for me to take care of my brother and prepare myself for this evening. So, our current plan, before you approached, was to use the evening's festivities. I don't know if you've seen the flyer yet, but after the fireworks have concluded, there will be a portion where the elders are going to take stage and show off a magical display. It was our intent that my brother and I would do our display together, and that's when we would unleash our attack on the dragon, who we assume will be in attendance of some matter. Perhaps we stick with that plan, but maybe during the fireworks, your group could get into position, and me and my brother then could use our magics to begin to defend and try and wrangle in those with the tiaras and keep them out of your way so you can do what you're apparently good at.
That is a decent plan.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I think, there's still some time, so perhaps you could scout the area, or if you wanted to take out, capture some people with tiaras. And there's plenty of city to see as well. Don't stop me from doing that. You guys.
Do you have a list of people with tiaras and where we could find them?
No, we didn't make a list because we thought we would be able to free them and it wouldn't matter. So that I don't. But I can tell you that the other three elders, their tiaras are in fact real. And I guess presumably if you really wanted to, you could try and get to them ahead of the ceremony. They're not expected to show themselves at all until their elected time of performance. So, it would kind of suck, but we'd certainly have the power to bring them back at a later date. I suppose you could. They would probably be the biggest threat to interceding your plan.
And where are you guys on the roster as far as showing your magical skill? Are you first? Are you last?
There was no set order. I think we had planned on going last, but we could certainly go first. It's mostly just volunteer. Whoever stands up first gets to go first.
And the ceremony is happening at the base of the Senelise tree, I assume?
Well, it'll be in front of the soul tree, is where the elders were to perform, yes.
Yeah, soul tree, Senelise tree, same different.
The Senelise tree are the trees that our town is built into. There's more than one of them.
If you would like to argue with me, we'll just blow up all the trees. Okay?
I'm just pointing out semantics. Sorry.
Alright, well. That soul tree is a relic, right? Can't be destroyed.
Correct. I don't believe you could destroy it without very intentionally using powerful magics on it.
Good. So we won't have to hold it back, per se.
No, I think you'll be fine.
Do any of you have any further questions for these grandpas?
I don't think they're that old.
Well, apparently they live forever.
Right. So they are 1,000 years young. I think you are pretty thorough with your questioning.
Okay. About what time is it?
It's mid-afternoon, so it's probably like 1 or 2 o'clock now.
So we have a few hours before this ceremony?
Yeah, you gather the fireworks show won't start until like 11.
Okay.
Late partiers.
Yep. I mean, they're elves. They don't need to sleep.
True.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I will say it would behoove all of us to take a rest before this evening. At least a short one.
Mm-hmm.
Calliope will walk over to Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother said you've died more than once.
Yeah.
What were the other times like?
They were gruesome and horrifying and epically heroic.
Oh, you want to describe them to me? That sounds great.
Yeah. Just one time I fought a giant 12-headed dragon, and it ripped me limb from limb. But at the last moment, I was able to stab it in the eye with the dagger, and it went straight to its brain, and I killed it as I died upon the field of victory.
Uh-huh.
Yizkul kind of looks over and says, was that the first or the second time that you died to your own delayed fireball trap at your front door? Because you forgot your key. Damn it! Shut up!
Ooh, fiery explosion.
Yes, well, that was quite the time. Let me tell you, my fireballs are like lava from the pit of hell. They will
Oh, we
disintegrate. Oh.
Yeah.
and
Kreider over there took one to the face, but most of us dodged it.
You did. Great. Yep. Yeah. Wonderful. So glad you're on our side. I'm going back to my nap. Yuskel just kind of looks around and, yes, he's not the most dexterous and tends to over-fortify himself and is very forgetful. Most of his deaths were his own doing.
You'd think he'd change the lock mechanism if that were the case.
He did.
Oh,
He still forgot.
no, I just mean he would not use fireball. He would use something else.
No, yes, he used to use ice, and before that he had thunder, and he's had acid, and he's had poison. Yeah. He's a brilliant mind, but also a dumb one.
I have seen that combination several times, especially in the
Hey.
recent few months.
Shut up.
Oh, bold of you to think I was talking about you and not like somebody else.
Well, who else could you have been talking about?
Well, there was.
Uh-huh.
See, Kreider's got his finger halfway up his nose.
There was. I'm trying to think of people. There was Rhaegar and this guy named Ixen and. That droopy kid.
I don't think. Well, I know at least Droopy isn't a magic user.
That's true. Although, you know.
We should have saved that sword for Droopy.
Little do you know, Droopy's just out walking around.
Ow, hit me in the head!
Christ.
Going to visit my family.
I need Droopy to make a deck save.
What?
Droopy gets smacked in the head with a 20-pound sword.
Ow.
Falling at terminal velocity. Yiskel kind of looks over you and says, well, I think I'm going to begin to prepare for this evening, and my brother's going to finish his nap, so please take the time that you need, but do it quickly. 'Cause we have, well, a few hours before the show starts, but should you have any interest in finding the other elders, they don't live within the city of Sinalise. We are the only two that live here. There are 4 total cities within these woods. Sinalise is just the capital. So the other 3 elders are from each of the other cities within the woods, but they are visiting. They've been here for a few days already, so I'd imagine you'll find them somewhere around town. It'll be hard to miss. They're dressed very eloquently, like myself and my brother, and well, quite obviously elders. They're the oldest of the elves. So you should be able to identify them fairly easily.
Okay. Let's go.
But where? Where are we going to take a nap? Or are we going to not take our nap yet? I'm feeling
Suppose we could go back to the hotel or the tavern.
True. There you go. Sounds like a plan. We sometimes make those.
But they rarely ever work out.
Yeah, that's true. It's almost like fate or something has something to do with it and makes us unsuccessful.
Yeah. Seriously, you're not gonna do anything about the oil slick on the stairs, though?
No, you're asking. Yes.
Dom or Yisik or whatever.
Why would we get rid of it? It's a good deterrent.
Yeah, you're telling me. Having stairs is a deterrent.
Yes, if you'd like, I can turn it off until you leave.
No, it's fine. We'll just walk down there.
All right. Wait, was that
These
sarcasm?
guys. Yeah, think?
I'm not even sure, honestly. Sometimes he just talks like that.
All right. Give me a moment. I'll turn it off. You see, he opens the cabinet again and begins to punch in some more symbols and sigils on this orb. And you guys hear as the stairs behind you just kind of make this like creaking noise. And he says, "All right, it's removed, though. Looks like there's a great deal of you and your friend's blood on the stairs, so I can't get rid of that. Well, you got rid of most of it, actually. Good job. But watch your step, I guess. Wet floor and all that."
Yeah.
Thank you kindly.
Come on, my shoulder hurts.
Alright, Grumpy.
At this point, Zanzidar, your elbow is like the size of a softball.
It's the last time I'm asking you to help me out with anything, Crider.
What? Well, we got it done, didn't we?
Yeah.
What's a little pain, you know? It's just weakness leaving the body. You know, it'll heal and it'll be even stronger than before.
Yeah. Remember that when you're on the front line fighting the dragon.
Well, that's fine. Do you want to give me a nice wallop?
Not right now.
Well, whatever. No loss, I guess.
Make our way out.
So you guys travel back outside of the tower. You can see at this point, looking back towards, what you can see, the bar and kind of the center area of the city, you can see at this point that the gnomes have set up these like zip lines and these ladders and things, and you can see that they are in the process of affixing these magical wands with these strings attached to them in various points around the center of the city. You can see that a few more people have trickled in. There's a little bit more of a crowd than there was before. You can see that there are some stands that are currently being set up, like vendor stands or like carnival-esque type wooden stands that are in the process of being erected. Looks like people are starting to come together and prepare for the festivities tonight. And I'd like everybody to make a perception check for me.
So what I did was, I'm still allowing Zan to hold his shield, but as far as the AC, I took it down by 2, since he has
A Boo.
messed up elbow.
Cool.
So I'm still rolling with advantage since he can hold on to the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20 for 26.
Nice. So Zanzadar and Bink, as you guys are kind of stepping out and kind of taking in the view and just seeing what's going on, you suddenly hear this voice shouting from the distance, and it sounds like it's being magically amplified, because it's not quite like it's being broadcast to the city, but you're just able to pick it up as you hear an announcement from somewhere in the city. Come one, come all, hurry and buy your tickets. Watch as Elder Visar takes on a plethora of enemies, only for the next 2 hours here in the fight pit. Any that want to throw in their hat can fight him as well. And you just kind of hear this dull roar of applause coming from the northern area of the city.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And I think that's where we'll end.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Swollen elbow and all.
Yeah.
You didn't talk too much this session, Zigger. You doing good?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
I'm mostly listening in, and